Hey, Kent and Bev, it's Jason. I'm driving home from a meeting I was just at in Asheville. I'm stuck in Atlanta, but I wanted to share briefly some things about the property over in Clay that I've been praying about and dug in a little bit over there. And I think there's some really interesting things historically and prophetically. You may know these things already, I don't know, but this is what I found. So that's a very significant location. So the road that it sits on used to actually be, the very road that it sits on used to be what they called the old Georgia Road. And that was a specific stagecoach road from Georgia straight to Ellenton, which is actually Birmingham, back in the 1800s. And so we're talking pre-Civil War times, and right on that road, in fact, probably not even 5 or 10 minutes from where the church is sitting right now, was a stop along there, stagecoach stop, and it specifically mentions how important it was. The final stop on that road was, Ellenton, Birmingham, and then it would split and go either north or south. But that location, they considered, this is huge with us having an apostolic hub, but it specifically says that it was considered a hub, and for mail, for news, for trade. And so right where that church is at is a very significant location. Another thing that's interesting is, even though that was the old Georgia Road, it goes back further. That's a route for the First Nations people, the Creek Indians. That was their trade routes, and it would go all the way up to the Carolinas. And ironically enough, that trade route comes through Clay. One of the other stops is actually another place you might have heard of called Anniston. And so when we're speaking about hubs, I think it's really significant prophetically that this building is located there. Something else, we're right next to Chalkville, which like literally Clay and Chalkville are essentially the same place. But in 1909, the Women's Protestant movement started a home for troubled and bad girls, basically. So girls that were breaking the law between the ages of 12 and 25. The Protestant Women's of Birmingham started a school up on the hill over in Chalkville. It's called Pine Mountain or Matsuyama, and eventually the state took it over from them, but they were the ones that started it. And that school ran all the way through 2012 actually. Anyways, what's interesting is there's destiny over there for people to be reformed and set free. I thought that was really interesting. It's over on the high place. And then if you look in the news about Birmingham, and I'll wrap this up because it's getting a little long. In 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, there started to be rumors from girls who were coming out of that home about abuse, sexual and physical abuse. And after investigating, and there were lawsuits filed, in 2007, there was a $12.5 million lawsuit awarded to women who had been there because there had been abuse taking place in this women's home where they went to be safe and delivered. And so that was sitting right up on that mountain up there, just right up the road from where the church is. And in 2012, this is wild. 2012, an F3 tornado blows through Chalkville, hits a few places, but direct impact on that women's facility. on top of that hill, wiped out all 11 other buildings. Just judgment, man. Just wiped it out. Flat to the ground, beyond repair. And so it's been sitting there, dilapidated. And just recently, since COVID, the city of Clay has been in talks with the state, and I think the city of Birmingham is tied into, about restoring that and leasing it and making it a place for the public to come and have recreation. But that's a high place, and so I just wanted to throw all that out. That's some stuff I found when I was praying and researching, kind of digging, doing some mapping. And I think the key thing I want to say is, that is the right place for the right thing. It is already a hub. Like, its destiny is to be a hub. It's been a hub its whole life in the past, and I think we're going to redig that well of it being a hub. And that hub went through all the state, and it went all the way out east up into the Carolinas. And also there's destiny there for women walking into their destiny, being recovered from social ills. So I love you guys. The roads opened up a little bit, so I'm going to jump off here. Just wanted to share that, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.